All right, guys, today I'll be showing you how you can get your first SMMA client in the next 7 days. And it wasn't too long ago, I was working my corporate 9-to-5 job and I was just beginning in an SMMA, and I would be struggling to get any SMMA clients because I had no clue what I was doing and I had zero confidence. But today, my SMMA does over 120K a month, and I want to share everything that I've learned about getting clients so you guys can get your first client very easily. So today, I'll be breaking down common objections you'll get and how I got past those objections so you guys can just copy me. And I'll be breaking down the prospect methods that I use so you guys can have unlimited leads so you guys can get your very first client. So guys, let's go ahead and dive in so you guys can get your first client. Let's get it. All right, guys, today I want to break down how you guys can get your first SMMA client in the next 7 days, because the first client is definitely the hardest. So once you get your first client, you'll be able to break all limiting beliefs and go well on to 10K a month and even 100K months, guys. So the first client is definitely the hardest. So I want to help you guys, guide you through it so you guys can get your first client. So let's go ahead and dive in, and I'll give you all the sauce that you need to get your first client in the next 7 days. So guys, you will get objections in the beginning, especially as a beginner in SMMA. You will get objections, and they'll most likely be like, oh, have you guys done this before? How do you know if this is going to work for us if you've never done it before? Can I call someone as a reference? And then can I see your past work or results? So these are the most common objections you guys will get in the beginning. And I even got them. Everyone gets them, especially in the beginning, because you won't be as confident on these sales calls. And there is actually a really easy solution, which I'm about to go over for you guys, that helped me and it has helped countless other people get their first client in SMMA. And it's so crucial if you really want to get past this objection, because once you get past this objection, you'll be able to easily close clients, because this is the most common objection you'll see in the beginning. And most people don't know how to get around this objection. So I want to help solve this problem for you guys so you guys can be well on your way of getting your first client, guys, because the first client is definitely the hardest. So let's go into the strategy that I use. So you guys can just copy me in that strategy so you guys can get your first client. So guys, how I actually got past this objection was offering free trials / test drives, guys. And I know you guys probably won't want to hear this, but this is literally the easiest way to get your first client, to get your case studies, and to get results for your agency, right? So if you guys don't do free trials, it'll be a lot harder for you guys to close clients in the beginning because you actually haven't done it before. And why would clients want to pay you $1,500 to $5,000 to $10,000 a month if you've never done something before? So what I did in the beginning for my first few clients was test drives. So I personally did 30-day test drives so I could build up the case studies that I needed so I could be more confident on all the sales calls going forward and actually charge the retainers that I want and the prices that I want going forward. So I realistically did test drives, and this ultimately helped me scale up my agency. And I know it's not like what you want to hear, and you don't want to do like test drives or free trials in the beginning, but this is the easiest way to get past those objections I laid out in the previous slide of like, oh yeah, have you done this before? So once you do test drives, you'll get the results that you need. So when people actually ask you this on the sales calls going forward, you'll be like, oh yeah, I've done this before. I've done it for X, Y, and Z. And if you need to reach out to them, here's their number. So this is the easiest way to get past those objections in the beginning. And it really helped me and my agency. And then also really helped me with my confidence. But doing these free trials was actually the key indicator of my success today, because without those free trials, I would have never gotten those clients and I would have never gotten any case studies to be able to actually be more confident on all the sales calls going forward. So free trials were probably the biggest thing that helped me succeed to this day and get those case studies that I need, because some of those clients are still with me to this day that I did the free trials with. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with free trials. I think the biggest benefit of it is that you just get the case studies and testimonials that you need so you can be more confident on these sales calls going forward, right? And once you're more confident, you'll be able to close more clients, right? So guys, literally just copy me on the strategy so you can get past those objections and start signing clients with ease. So just literally do test drives for your first couple clients and get those case studies, and then leverage all of those case studies in all of your outreach, all of your sales calls, and everything like that. And yeah, guys, once you guys have these case studies and you use them on sales calls, the clients will actually believe that you can do what you say you're going to do rather than just saying it. So once you have those case studies, clients will easily sign on with you. And that's the biggest objection in the beginning is, oh yeah, have you done this before? And this is the easiest way around it, guys. So do test drives, do free trials. I don't care what anyone else says. They are an amazing way to get your first client and be able to start charging those high ticket retainers that you want really fast. It's literally as simple as that, guys. So just do test drives, you'll get your first client and get the case studies that you need so you can start charging those high ticket retainers that you guys want. So now let's actually go into prospecting methods so you can have unlimited leads to contact on a daily basis to actually be able to implement this strategy, guys. So let's get into that right now. So guys, prospecting method number one is just leveraging your network and connections. If you leverage your network and connections, you guys will be able to easily sign on clients. I personally didn't have any connections or anything within the niches I was in, so I wasn't able to leverage this. But if you do have friends and family in a particular niche that you're in, I would use those connections wisely and just reach out to them. Even if they do say no, they might be able to refer you to someone who might need help with what you're offering, guys. So definitely use your network and connections wisely if you have them in the beginning, because this can be your easiest way to get your first few clients. The only downside is definitely scalability. You can't really scale this up, but it can be a really good way to get your first few clients, is just like your network and connections. So some people might overlook this, but definitely use it wisely, and they might be able to refer you to someone even if they don't need the help themselves. So that's prospecting method number one, is use your network and connections wisely, and you guys will be able to get your first client if you guys do have a good network, but not everyone does. So this is just something I had to throw out there just in case. Some people may not be doing it, so I wanted to just throw this out there so you guys can leverage it if you guys have it. So now let's get into prospecting method number two, guys. All right, guys, prospecting method number two is manually scraping lead lists. And there are a few ways you can actually do this. Is Google Maps, is just going through the Google Maps, searching a location and your particular niche. And then you could also use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And LinkedIn Sales Navigator is actually like a paid one, but you can get like a free trial of it. So just do the free trial and then cancel it after that, so you can just get those lead lists as fast as possible. And then lastly, just scraping social media platforms. So go on like Instagram or Facebook and search up your particular niche, whether that's on Facebook, use hashtags. I don't think hashtags are like a huge thing anymore, but like search up like your niche on Instagram, see what pops up, see different accounts that pop up as well. And on Facebook, you can go in and join different groups for your particular niche and go through those people in those particular groups and reach out to them. That's a good way to do it as well. And one major tip I would recommend if you're just starting out and you're having trouble getting your first client is scraping leads locally, because people love working with people that are local to them and they'll trust you more. And if you actually go meet up with them in person, they'll be able to trust you a lot more than if it was just a random phone call, right? So definitely use your location to your advantage and work with people that are local to you, and they'll trust you more as well. So definitely, for example, like Google Maps, type in your location, type in your niche, and you'll find a bunch of different companies that are local to you. So you can outreach to them and actually get your first client locally. And that's another easy way to go about doing things, guys. So guys, those are the biggest three that I would use in the beginning: is Google Maps, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and social media platforms to manually scrape all of the lead lists. And you guys will have unlimited leads just doing it manually. It just takes a little bit more time. And my next method is how you'll actually automate the whole process of lead scraping. So let's dive into that. All right, guys, prospecting method number three is automating the lead scraping. So these are different softwares and tools I've used in the past to automate the whole process if you are tight on time and you have a little bit of money to spend. And these are my favorite softwares to automate the whole process. And we'll first start off with ListKit. It's a little bit more pricey than some of these other ones, but they have really good leads in which you can extract from this, and it makes it so easy. You can just type in your niche and type in like the position that you want to extract and all the different locations that you want to extract as well. That's the same thing as like Apollo. Apollo is a little bit cheaper than ListKit, but they both work. And then Outscraper is actually a really good one as well. It'll actually scrape like Google Maps. So instead of manually going through Google Maps, you can use Outscraper to do it, and you can get a bunch of leads for like a really cheap price. And I think it's like $150 for like 50,000 leads on there. It's something crazy like that, but that is one other one I like as well. And then the holy grail of D7 Lead Finder, guys. D7 Lead Finder, I don't know why people bash on it. It actually works really well, and I used it to get a few clients in the beginning as well. The biggest thing in all this is to actually clean the lead list that you guys get from all these softwares, right? So what you want to do is get all these lead lists and then plug them into like Million Verifier. There are other tools for this, but it's very cheap to actually clean these lead lists. And what you want to do is, only use the good emails that are outputted if you're going to be cold emailing. So your cold emails actually go through, and you'll only want to use the good ones throughout this whole process. It'll make your life so much easier, and you won't have to deal with bad deliverability rate, especially when like cold emailing as well. And the thing is, guys, all these softwares work. And I would just start out by doing like one or two of them in the beginning and see which ones you like the best. So definitely use these to your advantage to get even more leads that you guys can contact on a daily basis. And you guys will be able to get on a lot more sales calls if you guys have unlimited leads to call on a daily basis, right? So guys, that is prospecting method number three. Essentially, you can automate the whole lead scraping process and use these softwares to do it. And you guys will have a ton of leads if you guys do this, in addition to manually scraping the leads as well. And guys, this will lead me to my next point, which is the lead lists are worthless unless if you actually contact the leads on them, right? So you can either cold call, cold DM, or cold email these prospects. They all work, but the biggest thing is that you actually have to take action on the lead list. Otherwise, you guys won't book any sales calls and you guys won't get your first client. So that's the biggest thing in all of this, is to actually use the lead list and contact the lead list. Because I know in the beginning, when I was getting started, I would scrape all these leads, but I'd be too afraid to get on the phone with them or send them cold emails, right? So you have to actually contact these leads so they know you exist, so you can get on these sales calls with these prospects, right? So that's the biggest thing in all of this, is to make sure that you actually use the lead list and contact them. And you guys will be able to actually implement the strategy of using the test drives and everything like that on these leads, right? Otherwise, you guys won't get any clients and you guys will be stuck at $0 forever if you guys don't actually use the lead list and contact these leads. So guys, that is crucial that you actually take action with these lead lists and actually contact these business owners. And lastly, guys, prospecting method number 4, which is paid ads. And I would only do paid ads if you have a lot of capital and a lot of money to spend in the beginning and you guys want to get clients really quickly. Because if you guys launch the test drive offer as like a paid ad, you'll get a lot of interested prospects who want to sign up, so you guys can easily get that first case study. And then once you guys do that, you guys can start charging those high ticket retainers as you want. So guys, for paid ads, I'd run Facebook ads, B2B. So you guys can either use the lead list that you guys got in the previous sections and use that as like a custom audience and lookalike audience on Facebook. But I would most likely just do interest-based targeting for B2B ads, or just broad targeting as a whole. And all you need is just like a simple offer, like a test drive offer for your niche. And so they can see like the quality of your leads and everything like that. And you guys will be able to book a lot of appointments from paid ads. But yeah, guys, I wouldn't really worry about paid ads in the beginning unless you guys have a lot to spend. But essentially what you guys will want to do in the beginning, if you're tight on money, is focus on cold outreach. That'll be your bread and butter in the beginning, so you guys can get on as many sales calls as you can. Is just leverage cold outreach heavily in the beginning. And then once you are making more money with your agency, leverage paid ads to even get more clients in the future as well. But yeah, I had to mention it because paid ads were the key to scaling to 100K a month for me. So if you guys have money to spend, you guys can easily get on as many sales calls as you can by using paid ads, and it'll make your life a lot easier. I have a whole tutorial breaking down how to run B2B ads for any niche. So if you guys want that, comment down below and I'll send it over to you guys. So guys, that is the last prospecting method right there. And I just basically wanted to go through next on like which one would be best for you. So regardless of your time and money, I would always reach out to your network and see if any friends or family need your help, or if they can refer you to anyone that may need your help as well. But if you're really tight on money, I would leverage your network and connections and actually manually scraping the lead list. So you'll be actually paying more with your time rather than your resources on that. But if you guys are really tight on time and you guys have some money to spend, I would leverage your network and connections and automate lead scraping for that as well. And then I would 100% leverage paid ads if you have money to spend in the beginning, but a lot of people probably won't have a lot of money to spend in the beginning, but this is the easiest way to get sales calls because you'll get shown in front of a bigger audience and you'll get more eyeballs on you. And you guys will easily be able to book sales calls on autopilot if you use paid ads and use the tutorial that I have laid out for you guys. So I'll link that down below as well if you guys want to watch that. But all the information in this video is useless if you guys don't take any action. You guys have the solution to get past the objections you'll get as a beginner in SMMA and all the ways to get as many leads as you want. So now you guys have no excuse besides just taking action. So the only difference between someone who doesn't have a client and someone who does is taking action and staying consistent with this whole process. So take action and you'll get your first SMMA client within the next 7 days, guys. So that is all I had for you guys today. If you got any value from this video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, I'll drop my Calendly down below. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Get to work and peace.